Drei etablierte schwedische Filmemacher haben den sicheren Hafen von Großproduktionen verlassen, um ihre eigene kleine Produktionsfirma zu gründen. Dann haben sie per Crowdfunding Geld gesammelt für einen Film, der ihnen sehr am Herzen liegt. Ihr Drama Garden Lane feiert jetzt Deutschland Premiere. Ein Film über das schwierige Aufwachsen von Kindern drogensüchtiger Eltern. Eine Erfahrung, die die Filmemacher auch selbst gemacht haben.
Vad tycker du om för djur?
Hundar.
Vad sa du?
Jag tycker om hundar.
Jag tycker också om hundar.
Die beiden Stiefgeschwister Eric und ihnen erinnern sich an einen gemeinsamen Sommer vor 10 Jahren. Dabei zeigt sich, dass jeder der beiden eine völlig andere Kindheit erlebt hat. Die unbeschwerte Elin hat auch gute Erinnerungen, während Eric sich nur an die schmerzhaften Seiten erinnert. Trotz ihrer Drogensucht versuchen die Eltern, sich ein gemeinsames Familienleben aufzubauen und für einen Sommer dem harten Leben auf der Straße zu entfliehen.
Jag vill inte att Elin ska ha det så här. På en bil. Lärare, kanske. Jurist.
Ja. Förlåt. Jag trodde det var...
Die Macher meinen es ernst mit diesem Film. Produzentin Sophie Palak hat so eine Kindheit selber erlebt. Garden Lane will allen, den süchtigen Eltern, den vereinsamten Kindern und den zweifelnden jungen Erwachsenen gerecht werden. Dieser multiperspektivische Ansatz ist zugleich Stärke als auch Schwäche dieses überzeugenden Dramas. Jeder der liebevoll gezeichneten Figuren hat seine eigene Geschichte, sein eigenes Schicksal, das es zu verstehen gilt. Vielleicht wird aus dieser Akzeptanz dann irgendwann mehr.
Garden Lane is such a profoundly sad story if you look at it. I was very, very moved when I saw it. And this story is also your actual personal story, Sophie, right? How did you get to the point where you said, let's make a movie out of my life?
Well, we decided first that we wanted to make a feature film, and then we talked about different stories, and then we together eventually said that let's make a story about a family with parents that are addicts. But it's not 100% my exact personal story. It has some influences from it. But then Olof has put his mind and thoughts into it as well as a scriptwriter. So it's not totally based on a true story.
The two of you and the third person doing the script, you left your nicely paid jobs in the film industry to start your own company and put everything you had into this film. That's quite a bold move. Weren't you scared that this is not going to work out?
I mean, yeah, in some ways it was a bold move, but we thought we had a really important story to tell, something we really wanted to make a movie out of. And also, I mean, it was good for us just to get out of our comfort zones and just go all into this movie. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it was a bit scary, but of course now I'm super happy we decided to do that.
Talking about comfort zones, I watched the crowdfunding video because you crowdfunded this movie as well. You're really open about the emotional side of that, and you also mentioned that you also have quite a personal story with codependency in children and, you know, rather difficult childhoods. Is that a good thing? Does it help to make a movie like that as a director, or is that something that you simultaneously kind of have to struggle with and work with yourself while doing the movie?
I mean, I definitely think that if you have like something personal to invest into the film, I mean, it's not just the story, but in some ways it's your story that you're telling or somebody close to you. Like Sophie said, it's based a lot on her life growing up, but it's also based on stories that I have had with relatives. And so, I mean, I think it really helps to have something personal in your movie.
Is it kind of a therapy as well? Or is it more like a re-traumatizing?
Yeah. I think it's a bit of both. But I think you kind of need the re-traumatizing to get the therapy.
Yes.
So yeah, a bit of both.
How did you tell the child actors what's going on? How did you like prepare the two of them for this really complex and sad story?
Well, I mean, both me and Sophie worked on the casting for a long time to find these actors, these child actors. I mean, children don't actually act in the sense that adults act. They're more living it. So, I mean, they knew it was a sad story they were telling, but at the same time, it was a game we were playing. I mean, we were having so much fun between the takes, and I believe it was a great experience for them. They told me afterwards that it was like the best summer of their lives, right? So, I mean, we all lived together and worked together, and yeah, I mean, to them, we had to set it up like it was a game we were playing.
Okay, that's probably a good way to not traumatize your child actors as well.
Yeah.
One last question. What is the advantage to show such a story of addicted parents through children's eyes? Maybe Sophie can answer that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think in a sense, you show that addicts are not just addicts. They have other things. They might have jobs and families and children. So I think it gives you a picture that it's not only the only personal trait they have. Because I think that our actors or characters, even though they are addicts, they still are good people, they love their children. So I think that's one of the more important things we get out of showing it through the children's eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thank you very much for this beautiful interview and good luck with your film, Sophie and Olaf.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you.